New York Times asks communist Chinese tech company to censor Americans. I can't stand the New York Times or the New York Slimes. They're one of the worst publications. They were one of the main ones pushing the whole Russian collusion stuff, and they ignored the Hunter Biden laptop for a long time. Like, these people are horrible. I don't know what they're rated on NewsGuard, but they should be rated as fake news. But you can't really trust NewsGuard too much either. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. All right, let's talk about the news. The New York the New York Times asked TikTok, a social media app with known connections to the Chinese Communist Party, to censor American users sharing election integrity concerns on its platform, which is crazy on the face of it. People should be able to talk about what they want to talk about, whether you don't believe in it or not. It could be conspiracy, whatever the people are talking about. They should be able to talk about. It doesn't matter as long as they're not causing any harm to anyone. What's the harm in people talking about elections and election integrity and all that other stuff? I mean, these people are evil. They don't want you to be able to communicate your ideas. They want you to stick to the party line, and that's what this is all about. But in a recent article titled "On TikTok, Election Misinformation Thrives Ahead of Midterms," Times writer Tiffany Sue details how, quote, TikTok is shaping up to be a primary incubator of baseless and misleading information ahead of the 2022 midterm, with the issue of voter fraud being a prominent topic shared across the platform. Buried within the article, however, Sue tactically revealed that as a result of the Times reaching out to the CCP connected company, TikTok began censoring users from using a popular hashtag associated with fears about election interference. But you got to remember, in 2016, when Trump won, that's all they were talking about. They were talking about Russian interference and Russia collusion and all this other stuff. That was fine. But when the right talk about it in 2020, now it's an issue. Now they want to censor you. You see how the game works. Quote, baseless conspiracy theories about certain voter fraud in November are widely viewed on TikTok, which globally has more than 1 billion active users each month. The article reads, quote, users cannot search the hashtag stop the steal, but the hashtag stop the steal with its 1, 2, 3, 4 L's at the end, had accumulated nearly 1 million views until TikTok disabled the hashtag after being contacted by the New York Times. These people are horrible. You see what they do? They immediately contact these people because they I mean, it's horrible. I can't stand them. I can't stand them. But Sue goes on to note the platform's failure to address the spread of misinformation in foreign elections, citing those in France and Australia as examples. Quote, the app also struggled to tamp down on disinformation ahead of last week's presidential election in Kenya, Sue wrote, referencing a report by Adaga Madung, a researcher of the Mozilla Foundation. Quote, Mr. Magdung cited a post on TikTok that included an altered image of one candidate holding a knife to his neck and wearing a blood streaked shirt, with the caption that described him as a murderer. The post garnered more than 500,000 views before it was removed. But people know, people know that that wasn't a real photo, though. You know what I'm saying? So people make memes, and now they're trying to attack memes and stuff. This is crazy. As reported by Federalist senior contributor Helen Raleigh, TikTok is owned by ByteDance, a Beijing-based internet company, and I talked about this before. And it collects an enormous amount of data on its users, including IP addresses, browsing history, and biometric information. That's why I don't use TikTok on my phone at all. While ByteDance argues that American user data is safe because it's stored on U.S. soil, China national intelligence law mandates that, quote, all Chinese tech companies must turn over any data they collect if the government demands it. So the Chinese have your data. I mean, plain and simple, if you're using TikTok. Quote, a recent BuzzFeed News report based on leaked internal TikTok meetings show that ByteDance's Chinese employees have repeatedly accessed non-public U.S. user data, Riley said. One employee of TikTok Trust and Safety Department said in the September 2021 meeting that everything is seen in China, just like I suspected. That's why I never used TikTok. The actions by the Times to push TikTok into censoring Americans isn't the first time the news outlet has played footsie with the CCP. Last year, the Times faced public backlash after purportedly downplaying the role Chinese leader Xi Jinping played in the genocide of Uyghur Muslims in the Xinjiang region of Japan. Quote, for unknown reasons, the New York Times appear to have intentionally withheld documents that directly linked top Chinese Communist Party officials, including General Secretary Xi Jinping, to the ongoing genocide of the I've been pronouncing it wrong, the Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, wrote Florida GOP Senator Marco Rubio in a letter to the New York Times publisher A.G. Sulzberger. These people are terrible, man. I mean, the Chinese basically own the New York Times. That's why they're doing this. But, quote, in those new released top secret transcripts, documents that the New York Times has allegedly had in possession since at least 2019, Xi explicitly authorized changing local counterterrorism laws, rounding up and sentencing Uyghurs that use the use of forced sterilization and the use of slave labor in Xinjiang. The newspaper has since denied such allegations. Of course they would, which assistant managing editor for International, Michael Slackman, claiming Rubio was, quote, simply wrong on the facts, but a pattern seems to be emerging. You can't. That's why they're quick to come out and try to stop you from voicing your opinions on TikTok. The New York Times don't want you to think for yourself. They want to tell you what to think, and that's what this thing is all about. They're going to censor any outside ideas. But let me know what you think. Leave comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out thebarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.